let's review healthy pumpkin spice cereal. Is the secret to a great fall cereal less sugar? Is pumpkin spice flavor powerful enough to cover over the taste of even keto? Friends, it's time to eat some cereal. Happy birthday, everybody, and welcome to Seriously, where we take cereals seriously. My name is Alex, and I eat and review hundreds of cereals a year with episodes every single week in order to help you get the most out of your cereal experience. Today on Seriously, we are in a fall mood, ready to try this year's crop of fall cereals, but there is one problem. There is not one new fall cereal from any of the major cereal manufacturers. Instead, this year's fall lineup is exactly the same as we've had in the past. We've got Pumpkin Spice Frosted Flakes and Special K and Frosted Mini Wheats and Cheerios. If you want to see me review those, check out my review from 2 years ago, which is the last time any of those were new. So what is a fall-loving cereal like me to do? Just give up? No way! Instead, I went to the strangest stores ever, the healthy grocery stores in my area, the places where I do not belong, to hunt down all the healthy versions of pumpkin spice cereals, and I have 3 of them here to try together today. Let's take a look at them. First, we have got pumpkin spice from 3 Wishes. 3 Wishes is one of those grain-free cereal companies. Grain-free cereals? In a normal world, cereals are only grains, and yet these have none. Instead, they're made from chickpea and tapioca and pea protein. I have to admit that there has not been a single bigger nemesis for me on this channel than pea protein. But I am going to keep an open mind. I'm always hopeful that the next attempt at these weird cereals will be the winner. And maybe the pumpkin spice here will cover over many sins. Next, we have 7 Sundays oat protein real pumpkin spice cereal. Now, I reviewed 7 Sundays sunflower cereals just a few weeks ago, and I loved some of them, so I'm actually pretty excited for this. Finally, we have pumpkin spice Catalina Crunch. Catalina Crunch is a keto cereal company, and I reviewed another flavor of theirs way back a few years ago. I quite like their fruity flavor, and pumpkin is a fruit, right? Isn't it? Still, this one has perhaps an even wackier assortment of main ingredients that they call Catalina flour. It's made up of my dreaded pea protein, but then also potato fiber, corn fiber, chicory root fiber, and guar gum. Is that how you say it? Guar gum? I think so. I almost wish I hadn't read that list, but now it's too late. Each of these cereals came from a grocery store I had no business being in, and each of these will be a little wackier than we're used to in order to be a little healthier. But also each of them claims to bring our much-needed kick of pumpkin spice. Will they succeed? We're about to find out. So now I want to use all of my cereal expertise to help you decide if you need a bowl of healthy fall cereals. Hey, if you made it this far in the video, you deserve a little sweater weather in your life. But as you're bundling up, would you do me one more favor? Would you like this video and subscribe to the channel and maybe even leave a comment with what cereal we should look at together in a future episode? Doing any one of those things would really help me out. All right, I think I am ready. I have got my bowls. I have got my spoon. I've got my trusty 1% milk. And of course, I have the cereals of the hour. I gotta tell you, anytime I go into these healthy cereal reviews, I get a little bit nervous. You'd think I'd be used to it by now. It's always quite an adventure, I will say that. But let's start with the first one. What should we do? Maybe just in the order that I introduced them. Let's start with this 3 Wishes pumpkin spice. Well, that is some puffy cereal, my friends. These look like regular Fruit Loops type of shape, but just huge. I can say that the aroma of pumpkin spice hit me immediately, so that's a good thing. They're not much to look at, kind of a bland orange, almost a peach-ish color. I can't really blame them for that. I'm sure it's hard to get vibrant color out of whatever natural ingredient they're using. And my main aim here is to test the taste, so let's jump right to that. Let's give a try to 3 Wishes Pumpkin Spice Dry. Ah! Wow, that is weird. Let me start with some positives. It had a great crunch. Maybe you even heard that as I bit down into it. It was a hefty crunch that it came out swinging with. And interestingly, the grains, well, the non-grains, are not the problem here. They taste fine. Instead, it is the flavoring itself. This is a low sugar cereal, not a non-sugar cereal, but a bunch of the sweetness comes from monk fruit, which can be okay. In this case, it is not okay. It's like you're tasting pumpkin spice. They've removed the sweetness and replaced it with soap. They're hitting the greatest irony of some natural cereals that they actually taste more artificial and chemically than regular run-of-the-mill cereals. That's not good. Boy, it leaves an odd taste in your mouth, too. Truly like you just said a swear word and your mom's cleaning your mouth out with soap. Geez, let's put some milk on this and see if that changes things at all. All right, let's give 3 Wishes pumpkin spice a try in milk. Boy, that's actually way better. Immediately, the milk has started to wash away the flavoring, and that's exactly what I needed. I'll say it again, this concoction of non-grains filling in for grains is actually working for me. It's got a good crunch. I'm chewing it like a normal cereal. That's a real victory. The flavor is not a real victory. It's gross. I would rather be eating plain 3 Wishes cereal than having this funky sort of pumpkin spice, sort of a cleaning solution taste that they've got on here. Wow, what an interesting start. Let's put that one to the side and try our next one. Let's go with 7 Sundays real pumpkin spice cereal. This one says it has actual pumpkin puree inside. That must be what they mean by real. And it looks like what they use for sweetener is maple syrup. Well, I'll tell you what, it's the opposite end of the spectrum when it comes to color. Those were a pale orange. This is like a burnt orange, which is actually more of a fall color for me. Kind of reminds me when you're at the pumpkin patch and you flip over the pumpkin and there's dirt on the bottom. These look like pumpkin dirt. But that's legit. That's part of the pumpkin patch experience. So I think I'm ready to give these a try. Let's try 7 Sundays real pumpkin spice oat protein cereal. Wow, these are a huge improvement over those first ones. The texture is okay. I think I like that it's the familiar oats that make up the protein. And I got to tell you, these have a very pleasant taste. It's almost like a ginger snap flavor. I can taste the ginger. I can taste some nutmeg in here. This is a fall cereal. And actually, those warm spices take over a little bit for the pumpkin. I can taste the pumpkin, but it's not nearly as strong as those other flavors. Still, at least dry. This is the taste of autumn. Let's put some milk on it. All right, let's try 7 Sundays oat protein real pumpkin spice cereal in milk. Geez, that flavor is quite pleasant. My mouth is alive with fall, and I'm loving it. The grain itself is only okay. Of course, I would rather just have oats, like in Cheerios or something. And this gets most of the way there, but not quite. You definitely know you're eating something healthier and out of the norm. But that said, I'm actually having the opposite problem of the first cereal. In the first one, I was glad to have the flavor washed off. In this one, the milk is taking away a little bit of that flavor, bleeding it into the milk itself. And that's really too bad because it's the flavor here that's the hero. Still, all in all, I'm definitely enjoying this one more than the 3 Wishes. All right, we've got one more to go. Let's get this Catalina Crunch going. All Catalina Crunch has the same look. It's almost this compacted Golden Grams style cereal piece. And never before has it looked so much like Golden Grams because of this tannish, brownish, orangish color. So if you're a Catalina Crunch fan, you will be in very familiar territory here. But let's give the taste a try. Let's try Catalina Crunch Pumpkin Spice Dry. Oh, oh my goodness. No. Wow. This is weird and gross. What in the world did they flavor this with? It looks like most of their sweetening comes from stevia extract and monk fruit. I gotta tell you, it is yucky. Very mild reflection of a pumpkin pie or pumpkin spice flavor. again, seems very artificial. How do these natural food companies make more artificial flavors? This is an incredibly bad cereal dry. Let's put some milk on it and see if that changes anything at all. Let's try Catalina Crunch Pumpkin Spice in milk. I am searching for anything positive I can say about this cereal. Maybe this. I have eaten a lot of keto cereals in my day, and as far as the texture of keto cereals goes, this one is pretty good. Really crunchy, quite crispy, and stays that way until the end. I'm having no trouble here with foaminess, which is often a big challenge for keto cereals. Other than that, this stuff is bad. I'm trying to imagine how long I would have to go away from eating normal cereals before I would think this is any good at all. I know some people are in that situation. Maybe you have to eat keto cereals for some health reason. If that's you, I am so sorry because this is sick. Wow, I don't know who is buying this stuff because it's terrible. The flavoring is bad. It barely tastes of pumpkin spice. There's a weird pinchy tanginess to it that doesn't seem intentional. And all in all, it is a big loser. I don't think this deserves to be called cereal. Listen, I think all that's left is to regroup and give each of these a rating out of 5. Well, friends, we have done it all. We talked, we ate, we took every facet of taste and texture into consideration, and now it's enough. Let me give you my final verdict on each of these. First, let's start off with this Catalina Crunch. It is bad, it's yucky, it's nasty. Steer clear. I would give this an absolute 0 out of 5. Again, if you have some major health issue that requires you only eat this, I still would do it with my nose plugged. It is not worth your money, even as a limited edition seasonal special. Next in line, I think we gotta go for these 3 wishes. Weird, tasted like soap, but still not as bad as the Catalina Crunch. I actually think they're onto something with their texture of their non-grains here. It's a great mix. It had a puffy look, but it had plenty of crunch, plenty of good chewing experience in it. It's just the odd flavoring that it had that I would avoid at all costs. Maybe their other flavors are good. Dare I do a whole episode of 3 wishes flavors? After this one, I don't know if it's possible for me to handle that. Still, I am going to give 3 wishes pumpkin spice a 1 out of 5. That doesn't sound too good, but it's way better than that piece of crap Catalina Crunch. The real winner of the day, though, is right here in front of us. It is the 7 Sundays Oat Protein Real Pumpkin Spice cereal. I gotta tell you, this one was quite good. I continue to be very impressed with 7 Sundays. They seem to be using all natural ingredients. They've got some real creativity going on. And the best part of this was the spice blend for me. It tasted absolutely of fall, of Thanksgiving, of warm cookies in the oven, especially with that ginger and nutmeg that pulls through. They have become the masters of flavor here. I almost wish they could make normal cereals instead of these healthy ones. All in all, I'm going to give this 7 Sunday cereal a 3 out of 5, which, let me just say again, for a guy like me giving ratings to healthier cereals, a 3 out of 5 is incredibly good. So I think 7 Sundays deserves a round of applause for this one. If you're going to go into one of those healthy supermarkets to get cereal, this is the one to get this fall. So let me say, if you want to try today's cereals for yourself, I had to hunt them down at my local Sprouts and Whole Foods market, and then even had to go online to Thrive Market. That place is crazy. I had to get a membership even to order some of this crap. You can decide for yourself if it's worth it, but I definitely don't think at least these 2 are worth the trouble. Now listen, I would love to spend even more cereal time together, and YouTube thinks you'll enjoy the videos that are on screen now, so check those out while you're waiting for our brand new episode of Seriously next week. Until then, never be soggy. Bye-bye.